Now, a stunner from the Nobel Committee in Norway. U.S. President Barack Obama is this year's Nobel Peace Prize winner. The announcement just 2 hours ago in Oslo. In case you missed it, here it is, complete with gasps from the audience.
Tildeles president Barack Obama for hans ekstraordinære innsats for å styrke internasjonal.
NBC's David Gregory is moderator of Meet the Press. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt.
Well, how about those gasps in the room? I mean, when the reporters were covering this, they gasped in shock. This is a surprise. We're less than a year into the first term of this president, and there are I'm not trying to be, rude here, no major foreign policy achievements to date. So why do you win?
Well, I think, as the citation points out, this is a lot more about tone than it is substantive accomplishment. In many ways, this is a European body who is more left-leaning, certainly, and opposed to the administration of George W. Bush. The Bush administration came in turning away from large international alliances, seeking to do away with the anti-ballistic missile treaty with Russia, doing away with the agreement over Kyoto on international climate change. And here comes Barack Obama, and he's got a much different outlook about international alliances, international organizations, about climate, about dialogue, even with your enemies. It's a complete change in tone, and that's what they appear to be validating.
So what you're saying in some ways, and again, not to be rude here or sarcastic, that in some ways he wins this award for not being George W. Bush.
I mean, I think that that's an inescapable conclusion about all of this. The irony, they cite non-proliferation as a goal, a willingness to have dialogue, to re-engage in parts of the Middle East. The Obama administration so far is carrying out, in terms of non-proliferation, a very similar strategy to what the Bush administration did on Iran and North Korea so far. A notable difference is a willingness to talk directly to the Iranians. And in fact, there's a debate within the White House about whether to escalate in the war in Afghanistan. And as a political matter, climate change is still something that even the administration says is not going to be something that can be accomplished this year. So again, this appears to be tone over actual accomplishment here.
Let's talk politics then. How is this likely to be treated by conservatives? Is this a bit of a double-edged sword for the president? It's no secret that conservatives have opposed some of his foreign policy initiatives, reaching out to Iran, allowing former President Clinton to go to North Korea on that mission to free those U.S. journalists. Even that early speech in Egypt to the Arab world, a lot of conservatives called it the Obama apology tour. So how are they going to deal with this?
Well, I think you can pick up the script from there. I mean, just like during the campaign, when the president campaigned overseas, and a lot of conservatives thought that was odd and portrayed him as the international rock star, and that you can only get love for America if you apologize for America. Obviously, the White House would make a different argument that re-engagement with the world is actually a better path toward peace, particularly after the Bush years. And of course, we have the president on the world stage 2 weeks in a row. Last week, it was going to Copenhagen, trying to bring the Olympic Games here, and he gets rebuffed. This week he gets embraced by the international community for who he is, what he believes in what he stands for in terms of being a man of peace. So on the world stage, quite shocking. And again, I think his conservative critics will say, a lot of sizzle here, but not a lot of accomplishment.
Right.
And that's probably where they'll pick it up.
And the bottom line is it looks great on your mantle and on your resume, but it doesn't help you get health care reform passed or help you solve the problem of Afghanistan.
I guarantee you, as honored and humbled as I'm sure the president is by this award, he would much rather have unemployment rate go down from 9.8% than this right now.
All right, David Gregory in Washington this morning with some surprising news coming out of Europe. And David, thanks very much.
Thank you.